Hello. How are y'all? Good? My computer. Shoot. I hope it doesn't die. Nightly news with tails. No, that's what my friend Vivian calls me. Tails. I don't know if I like being called Tails. Crap, what the hell is wrong with my computer? This is what happens when children play Minecraft on things. Mother fricker. I'm going to have to power it off and I'll try it again. Oh, there it is. Look, it came back. So, hey, Christy. Oh, look, the light is reflecting on my face. I'm going to put it back here. So I've just been on the phone having a nice conversation with Donna Dockery. Hey, Kathy, who has been helping me, that used to be with Safer Schools. So tonight we're going to talk about local and national news. Now, we're going to start with local news, very local. Hey, Janie. So tonight my son had a middle school soccer game, because, that's news. And we played, I'm sure I'm going to get beat all to hell for saying this. You're giving us a freebie again. Yes, I am, Ellen, because I'm trying to get you mofos to join up. Thank you, Christy. I did get new glasses. Hey, Sarah. Trying to get more people in my tribe. Don't forget, the rival tribe. So we had a soccer game at my son's middle school, Chowan Middle School, and we played Riverside. Now, Riverside is in Williamston. Hey, Ashley. And last time we played in Williamston, we played Beargrass. Now, hey, Beverly. Williamston has some interesting teams. I like Williamston. It's the home of the Sunnyside Oyster Bar. Yes, they said I looked like Harry Potter. But I really like them. They're very comfortable. Hey, Liz. So y'all see how I'm saying hey to my top supporters? Yes, I am. Heidi joined. Heidi, now we love you. I can't say hello to Sherry, though, because she hasn't. Or Jessica Rich. No, so we had this game. We were sitting on the stands, and then there's another group sitting on the stands beside us. Thank you, Chris. Lillian just became a supporter. The parents, I'm going to have to write a post. Parents are evil. Why do parents scream and yell mean things? It's the damnedest thing I've ever heard. So then, of course, I had to start saying mean things because, because don't follow what you should do. Now, so our team, now in soccer, you can push with your body, but you can't raise your shoulder or your arm, And now our team fouled, in the wrong way, and they were punished for it or whatever. But before that even happened, hey, Amy is our forensic psychologist here and head of negotiations for the Air Force. She's the one that left the Center for Safer Schools because she couldn't get anything to happen. What brand are your glasses? You're interrupting me. Let me look. Marciano, I think that's what it says. Now, I had a mom yell at me at carpool today. What the hell? Okay, I think after a crazy day at school, I need this. Really, it's really good. So the mom says, she's standing up too, and she says, push him down, you push him down. What the hell? Who says that? And then, so I had to say, this is evil, but I'm just going to admit it. Forgive me. I said, I feel like I'm at the Walmart. I'll be damned. Who yells push them down to their kids? I've never told my children to push someone down. Anyway, then I started videoing them. And some of them got a little nervous, but not really. Oh, God, Benita's from Williamston. Benita, that was Riverside. And we played at Beargrass. The parents were yelling. But, it's everywhere. Our parents don't yell. The other night, we were in Gates County. My husband works in Gates. And this woman said from the bleachers in the other group, if I had some gas, I'd light their bus on fire. What the fuck? You can't say things like that. If you're a parent out there and you're yelling things like that, you don't support me. I can't take it. And then when we were in Williamston playing Beargrass, a player on the other team got a yellow card. Not only did he like foul, he took his arm and pulled one of our players down on the ground. Like, it was dangerous. God, anyway. So that's local news. What else is local? Let me look. Oh, now we'll move to, let's see. Oh, now we'll move to North Carolina news. Hello from Gates. Uh-oh, Katie, I hope that wasn't you yelling about letting our bus on fire. And my Uncle Rob's watching. How do I join? Sherry, I'll post a link after this. You just go under my post. It says Become Supporter. And you click it and you pay me $5 a month. It's very well worth it. So anyway, smoked Tarboro like a Marlboro. Ooh, that's a good one. Now, I admire that. Now, your hair looks marvelous. I washed it. I know, it's exciting. I'm going to Richmond tomorrow, so I had to get, dolled up because those people are fancy. Now, y'all don't get me distracted. Okay, so North Carolina, safer schools. I emailed Mark Johnson a very lengthy email today. No response. I have called and left messages 3 times and called 100 times. No makeup. That's pushing it. Oh, God. Cody's getting a hat from Williamston. Okay, Cody. Girl, I am not a redneck. I know. It was rednecks. Now, I'm so glad, Christy. Hello, Ellen from Texas. So, don't call me back. Nothing. It's fine. But he sent this email. So one of my followers sent him an email and said, I'm concerned about safety of schools. So y'all might have seen this post I did earlier. He said all these things they're doing to have schools be safe. And because I don't know a ton about safety, I asked the people in my circle that have shared information with me, what do you think about these questions? Because I don't know the answer. And Amy James, who is on here tonight, who's the forensic psychologist, you got an email from Mark Johnson. Well, that's a whole nother topic. We'll talk about that next. He said, we're using this model out of Virginia. It's modeled on Virginia Tech. And Amy, who's the forensic psychologist, said that model is only for shooters that are students. What about shooters that aren't students? That's a pretty good question, right? And then he said, I take it really seriously. The center has been around since 2013. And last year, Donna Dockery, she did a survey and asked, there are like 70 safety leaders around I'm probably not saying it right, around the state, school safety directors. And she said to them, how many of y'all knew about the center? And it was like 6. So the center's been around for 5 years. And 10% knew that the Center of School Safety existed? No, that's not good. The Center of School Safety, Safer Schools, Kim Martin has made $500,000 running it. Yet there's nothing to show. And again, this is not personal against her. This is about 4 little people that I love, and it's about lots of other children out there that need to be safe. And y'all might think, why in the hell does she care? She could bitch about Saudi Arabia or black women being kidnapped and the news not reporting about it. Yes, I could. But I think it's because this is in my backyard. And what makes it even worse is that it's political. McCrory appointed her. That's great. Governors do that, whatever. I didn't know about it. But when she got moved to DPI and took a job as the head of something with no experience, you can't be appointed and then get a job. You got appointed, live it up. Anyway, I feel really strongly about this. And I told Mark that. I wrote a pretty personal email and just said, this has nothing to do with you. And I've requested a meeting. They say that, we've tried to meet with her and she can't. Well, I said I can meet on Tuesday. I have to go to Asheboro. And I have to miss my son's soccer game with Beargrass, which depresses me because I love it. And I know, isn't that crazy? Though today he was like, I want to play travel soccer. I've got to get better. And I was like, no. Is it bad if you hire a sitter to take him to games on Saturdays? I mean, I'll have to hire a sitter for Amos if I go. I go to every other one. Anyway, so it matters. This is serious stuff. And I think what worries me is that Kim thinks she's doing a good job. I think she said, one of her quotes was, "I have a pulse on school safety." She doesn't have a pulse on school safety. If she did, why would all these people that were really experienced, why did they quit and leave the task force? Amazing volunteers and employees, and say, I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't do it anymore. So when I called Joe Mamone, he's the one that's the new deputy director. I can't take all these like deputy dog names. Mark Johnson's sticking out there. That's annoying me. But anyway, And Joe was like, I can't talk to you. I can't do this. Oh, the governor won't say a darn thing. He's annoying me. And I'm from Rocky Mount, where Coop Cooper's from. Coop Cooper, if you're out here, answer the frickin' phone. It's annoying. So anyway, the deputy said, I can't talk to you. And I said, and I was being totally honest. I said, I know that you don't hear probably nice things about me, but I just want you to know that there are a lot of people at DPI that really like me. And usually it's people that are doing their job like me, and people that are not don't. And I said, I don't have anything to gain by this. I'm not running for office. I'm not getting paid by John Bryant, the charter school guy. I have nothing to gain. I am a Republican. I voted for Mark Johnson. I have nothing to gain, right? I could never talk to y'all about this, and it wouldn't matter one damn bit. Y'all wouldn't know any better. I could just mind my own business and live free. But no, I'm doing it. And I said, it's because I have 4 kids, Joe. And if Amos's class was murdered by a school shooter, I would go to Joe. I would go to Kim. I would go to Mark Johnson and say, I told you that she wasn't doing anything, and you let it happen. It's just not okay. It's not okay. So maybe she'll stay there for the next 25 years and not retire. But I'm not going away. I'm just not. The more people call and email, I've sent every story I made to lots of legislators. I have trouble with that. Bob Steinberg is in my area. He and I don't always agree on things, but he listens, and I've been sending to him and saying the same thing. Something is going to happen, and it's going to be on your head because you knew about this. No one can say they didn't know. So, just saying that. Now, in other news in North Carolina, Mark Johnson sent out an email about school safety today. Can't call me back, but he replies to my... And not only did he send out an email, Mark Johnson, you're not even here, unless you're here sneakily. I don't know if that's a word. Sends out an email, and I had over 24 people that said to me, how in the hell did he get my email address? I didn't get the email, you know that. But how did he get the people's emails about school safety? Isn't that weird? What if I had access to all the parents in North Carolina that I could email and then put my link to my webpage on it? Oh my God. He's going to make a killing on that website. You know that website only costs $300 to build, which I am glad that he did it and that it only cost $300. Sorry, I got to turn on my computer. But why did the Innovative School website cost $24,000? Things that make you go, Ooh, my family's bringing me Chick-fil-A. My husband, in other local news, has joined a soccer team. Yes, you heard me. A soccer team. Because he needs to do more things that don't involve being with children. His children. I banned him from doing anything else, and clearly, wow, the angry faces. Or am I making angry faces? Maybe these glasses make me look angry. Okay, so that's news. But he is bringing me Chick-fil-A. And you know what, teachers? If you get that email, reply back. Say, hey, what's going on? I don't like this. I don't know. Anyway, now, have you all heard? How did he get my email? I know. It's very suspicious. And I will say that I have been talking to the writer at the News and Observer. And my sources have agreed to talk to him. And I've sent him all my information and said he can have it. He doesn't have to give me any source. This isn't about me. This is about something that's really important. And he's going to work on the story next week. And so maybe the News and Observer, maybe a story there will make people wake up. And maybe, since this is so political, the Republicans might see, shit, this might hurt us if she's in here, right? No, it didn't go to just teachers, June. It went to parents. It's crazy. Lori, my hairdresser, she got it. She was like, how did he get my email? I don't know. Now, have you all heard people's comments with angry faces? Oh, I hadn't seen any of them. Have y'all heard about this mysterious polio-like illness? It's in North Carolina. It's called acute flaccid myelitis. Now, it is serious. Y'all are still talking about the parents. I only say that there's nothing you can do about it. They have no idea. There is a surgery that they've done in like 18 kids where they bypass the area that like makes when people's arms don't work and hook it up to another power source. Will the Republicans and the NCJA ever wake up? I hope so. They should be awake. Threat assessment was on the short session docket, and they didn't talk about it. They've already adjourned, but they're coming back after the election. Isn't that interesting? I don't know why. So who knows what they're doing now? I guess they're busy campaigning. Why don't we see it on the news? Oh, no, it's been on the news, Nicolette, because I watched the nightly news tonight. I was trying to get just some basic news for y'all so you would know. This is big news on Saudi Arabia, which I'm dying to write about, but I don't have 5 hours to write about it. The prince's bodyguard was at the embassy that day. Shocker. So, y'all should know that. The prince's bodyguard, one of the bodyguards, was at the Saudi Arabian embassy. Even my husband was like, oh my gosh, do not talk about that. Those Saudi Arabians are dangerous. It came to my Facebook email address. Facebook email address? Is there a Facebook email address? Let's see what else she said, Jennifer. I can't see the whole thing. Oh, now it's going to make a face. Did he target your followers? If he knows how to do that, I'm dying to. Yeah, who didn't know they were totally in it? I thought about doing a survey. But then I was like, well, maybe when you give your email to school, like is it Empower School? I guess I've given my email to my school. So did they give it to Mark Johnson? I don't know. I'm sure my superintendent, he and I have a good relationship, but I have a feeling he's trying to distance himself from me. I hope people will realize that I'm trying to do them a favor, and that if Kim Martin would say, you know what, this isn't the right job for me, that they would say, oh my gosh, look, North Carolina has an awesome program. Why does this computer keep doing this? Now, a pregnant postal worker is missing. Emails are in Power School. Aha, Aaron, you need to join, so we'll have you around. Yeah, the embassy had cleaning people come in. CNN saw them come in before they searched the embassy. You know, they weren't allowed in there for 2 weeks, and it had all that fresh paint. I mean, it is a total mess. Of course the prince did it. I don't know why President Trump, I guess it's because of money. He's worried about this billions of dollars. And I get it. Billions of dollars is a lot of money. Right? I get it. But have you ever heard of the saying, sell your soul to the devil? I have. The crown prince, who calls himself MSP, don't even tell me why, because I don't care. Do you know how many people he's decapitated this year? Not personally, but ordered the 188. 16 a month. Anyone that is willing to decapitate people for whatever offense they decide don't have any trouble killing a journalist who has spoken out against them. Right? I'm glad I don't live in Saudi Arabia. I don't bother his butt for going to Washington, D.C. Just went in there to get a marriage license. Who would have thought you could be killed in your own embassy? What a shame. Anyway, I wonder if they're like, maybe I should be like really sweet and nice about Mark Johnson so that something will happen with Kim Martin. because you don't want to put pressure on people because they have big egos. And I do get that. I get it. But I think at the same point, you can better to say nothing than say something else. They would have cut your head off a long time ago. Well, the other thing that Crown Prince is doing, remember all the women got to get driver's licenses? That was like a big deal. So they go get their license and they're driving. Well, now 7 of them are sitting in prison, arrested for some offense. He also took 150 people were at the Ritz, and they were upper echelon government, and held them hostage there, and then drained their accounts of $5 billion. Anyway, there are no billion-dollar agreements or contracts. There are only letters of something. Well, I went back and was looking at Obama, and he had billion-dollar arms deals with them too. This Saudi Arabia relationship is old as the hills. But I will look, Sarah, because I haven't seen that. But yes, I heard that it was intent drafted in Obama's first administration. Okay, so it's the same one. I didn't know that. Thank you. Yes, my dad's jaw is unwired. My parents are in Ecuador, and they're coming back tomorrow. I haven't talked to him in like a week. I'm sure my mother's about to have a fit. Lord, don't tell her I've been smoking. I heard that, but are you sure it wasn't fake news about the Ritz? No. I called the Ritz. I asked who paid for the rooms. Vika not tell you that. Well, evidently the prince paid for the rooms to keep them there. So no, it wasn't fake news. Why would it be fake news? Al Jazeera has all sorts of information. I spent a lot of time researching it, I'm telling y'all. Now, so yes, the Saudi prince ordered the hit on this nice journalist from Saudi Arabia because he spoke poorly of Dodo Bird, and he was killed. And now we know it. So now what are we going to do? Let's watch our president and see. Now, Kiera Coles is 27. She's a postal worker, 3 months pregnant, a letter carrier, and she disappeared 12 days ago. She was on the news tonight. And people are saying, when young black women go missing, you don't hear much about it. And, I have to say, I think they're right. So anyway, I just want to talk about her. They have video of her, and she disappeared. So look up her name, Kiera Coles. And her family is desperate to see her. Sarcasm doesn't transfer on text. Thank you, Nicolette. It doesn't. Yeah, you hadn't heard of her, where we all heard about, the cute girl that disappeared on a run. So anyway, Kiera Coles is missing. Let's see what else. Why did I write $25,000? Oh, the post office has given a $25,000 award. That was nice. The post office, I love the post office. I mean, I hate going to the post office because I find it to be, I don't know why. Maybe because I have an Amos with me, but it's just set a bad taste in my mouth. But I love the people at the post office. We have Beverly, who always says every time, do you want to buy stamps, package supplies, tape? And I always tell Beverly, whenever I go to any other post office, they don't ask me all those questions. Isn't that weird? Beverly does her job, though. And Morris, my mailman, gave me a post office hat. And Morris, not that you're watching, he was also the referee at my son's soccer game today. That's what small town life is. And his wife is a teacher across the hall from Amos. But he gave me this post office hat. I'm real excited, and so excited that I'm going to go do laundry, and I'm only washing that hat because I want to wear it tomorrow to Richmond. Oh, I know. Beverly is so nice. Laura from Rocky Mount. Now, Rocky Mount has got a pretty good safety plan, Laura, I will have to say. Did Erica Berry call you back? Erica Berry. Did I call an Erica Berry? Who is that? No one called me back. The only person that called me back, remember the person that said, hey, Adrian, the new deputy dog superintendent of Innovative School District, her secretary called me back and said, she wants to know what you're going to talk about. And I said, well, I'd like to talk about the school in Goldsboro that has been taken to the guillotine of the Innovative School District. And I'd like to talk about the fact that the website cost $24,000 to build, but Mark Johnson's only cost $300. She said, okay. Crickets. No calls. Now, this was in the Washington Post today. I like the Washington Post. I know some people think. I know I did lose my cast. I'm so excited. And my arm is starting to feel a lot better today. The hurricane, an unexpected result of Hurricane Michael and Florence. Michael and Florence is that people are starting to believe in climate change. Isn't that interesting? I didn't know people actually didn't believe in climate change. Right? It's odd. Of course there's climate change. When I was little, fall meant it was like cool in September. And now what is it, August 17th? And I hadn't turned the darn heat on. I'm going to write a letter to the editor about school safety. Yes, the more people that do stuff, the better. There is power in numbers. It's like the soccer game. If one child tries to get the ball up the field, they never make it. But when they're all passing and calling each other's names, they do awesome. I mean, I've seen that with my son's team. Anyway, it takes a village. Oh, why is this thing keep turning off? Oh, in other news, there's a $1 billion jackpot for the Mega Millions. Do y'all buy lottery tickets? I've never bought one. If my children were here, they would say, Daddy does. And for the record, Amos is asleep in my bed. Everybody's saying, we got an email about this school safety. I know. Everybody's asleep in my bed. And not everybody, just Amos. Because he's, suspicious. And he had to be with the babysitter this afternoon because I won't take him to that soccer game. And Russell and Blair have gone to a movie. I know, on a school night with my friend Joy. To see that clock movie, They're Real Scared. Remember the one we were talking about the other day? Do you know how excited I am? I gave them my debit card and I didn't even tell them anything, like don't buy too much stuff. Nope. I'm never at home on a school night alone. I have so much energy. It's life-changing. Life-changing. I would just like to say that. Clock in the walls. Thank you. Yes, it's October 18th, not August 17th. Still won't fall, and I believe in climate change. Best night ever. Lynn, you're missing an awfully good, lots of good videos that are private. Yes, sirree, Bobby. Oh, God. Becky wants to talk about local news again. I'm not talking about that night, Becky. We're going to have a special night where we'll talk about that if you join. Tomorrow night, I'll be talking for joiners to Vivian Howard. We're having a little live chat. She's on TV tonight at 8. We should all be watching on PBS. And tomorrow night, she's going to be on PBS. And she and I are talking at 6. And we're going to talk about pumpkin pie, which the first pumpkin pie made by the colonists was made in pumpkins. Rebecca just posted a pumpkin. Isn't that interesting? They put all this stuff in the pumpkin because they didn't have any crust. So tomorrow night with Vivian, we shall be talking about that. Thank you, Jennifer. It's worth $5 a month. Andrea, of course you love Vivian Howard. She's lovable. She's very funny and real. And on Sunday, she's remind us about the Vivian shows. Okay, I'll remind you, Heather, because you're a supporter. I'll send y'all a message. Matthew Knight, good talk this week. Hope we get to talk soon again. Matt, good to talk anytime you want to. You just let me know. If you have anything that is helpful for me to know, I would like to know it. So Vivian is having a big Jumbotron, is that what it's called, screen, and she's on at 9 on PBS. Okay, I said 8. I don't know why. Thank you, Jane. So Vivian's on at 9 tonight. And she was like, it's sort of cheesy because, I'll do a live video at the brunch for my supporters. And then we're going to Vivian's house. Might even do a live video from over there. Yes, sirree, Bobby. She gives us a lot of her time. Christy, I do. I really am, because I'm trying to get this. Of course you get PBS. I don't even have cable and I get PBS. You just throw an antenna up on your chimney. She's doing her last episode People are going to bring blankets and lunch. You can buy tickets for lunch, and they're serving pancakes. Of course, I will do the video for my supporters because I like it. And anyway, it's going to be fun. It's in Kinston. And, you know, we went to high school together, and we reconnected at that Azalea Festival in Wilmington. And it's funny, old friends, there's something about an old friend. You know, I don't know what it is. And I mean, I have a lot of old friends I keep up with. But it's like my special needs mom friends. It's just, it's a different, you can laugh and talk. I mean, last night my husband was giving me an evil look. I was drinking Mountain Dew out on my patio, and she was in wherever she is, smoking. I was smoking. Oh, God, I'm not supposed to tell that she smokes. Don't bring it up. So anyway, so tomorrow night at 6, live video. I have to get back from Richmond. If you're a supporter, can you go back and watch the videos? Yeah. Yeah, you can watch them all. Is it wine or Mountain Dew? Tonight, it's wine. Oh, and then this was on the news. I thought this was good. Sadie, a little girl, had leukemia, and she did live videos from her mother's closet. She couldn't have been 8 o'clock. And no, Vivian does not have a special needs child. No, she does not. I just was saying it's the same thing. I have my Julie Davidson, Susan Record, Meredith Sawyer. Trying to think of my other special needs moms friends. Well, Natalie Weaver, but she's not like my real friend. My friend Mary Scott says that I can't call people friends that I've never met. Sylvia, Tales of the Mommy Trenches, who has 6 children, and her 5th has Down syndrome, her daughter. No, there's just a real connection that you make. Anyway, that's nice. Sadie collected, so she did these live videos, and I don't know her last name, but it was on NBC News. And then she got really popular because, of course, she's talking about leukemia. She's a child, and she's cancer-free. And so she does this big toy drive. If you're a supporter, do you get pre-sale tickets to your live speaking events? Yes. No, you don't. But I could help you find out about the events. Yes, you could. I'll make sure you do. Sherry, I'll get you a ticket. Oh, God, Cody's got to go to dinner. Oh, my sister-in-law Caroline is here, who is not a supporter, I would just like to point out. Caroline. Sadie collected 10,000 toys last year for kids. Christmas. One child. I want to leave y'all with that. One person can do a ton. I mean, people on my blog have sent tons of Halloween costumes to Wilmington. Please call me a friend, Wanda. Yes, that's the thing. I mean, I know people are like, I don't like social media. I don't do Facebook. It doesn't have to be holier than thou. Like, it can be awesome. Caroline is a top fan. Caroline, come on. You did buy a lot of wrapping paper. But people can really make a change. I mean, this week, 2 women from Raleigh went and delivered, 500 books to Pamlico Middle School that was flooded, and they're being housed in the primary school in Bayboro, North Carolina. Got off their asses, drove there, went to Bojangles, and made a whole school happy. Anyway, I just like it. Oh, no, I really see an old friend watching. I'm so excited. So you can make a difference. One person can make a difference. And I think that's why with education, when I started writing, it's funny, I don't really talk about this much. I said to my husband, and I talk about this when I do talks sometimes, depending on what the subject matter is. Like this Saturday, I'm talking about Anne in Asheboro. Actually, I'm doing very similar, telling your real story and the benefit of telling your real story. But when I started writing, I said to my husband, I think I'm going to write this blog. Bye, Cody. And he was like, you are? And I said, yeah. And I had Tales of an Educated Debutante, for the title of a book, which I hadn't written. But I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to write this blog. And so I did. Now, why did I do that? I was really, I was in a mess. Amos was about to turn 2, and I was drowning in fear for him. I knew he wasn't developing. I knew he wasn't catching up, and I was drowning. And this voice in my head said, you know, you used to write. And I thought I did. I used to write. And so I just started writing. And I didn't have any aspirations at all. I just thought, well, maybe people like it. Maybe they won't, you know. But in the beginning, I would write some about education. Blech, flop. So I didn't really write about education. And then, no, Rebecca, this is when he was almost 2. He does have autism. He also has genetic differences, but we don't know a name yet. We thought we did, but we don't. He had whole exome sequencing, and we got really close to a diagnosis, and then we realized it wasn't that. So he's on the list when a grant becomes available to do whole genome sequencing. And you might think, well, why does that matter? Well, for a couple of reasons. One, if it's genetic and it runs in my family, I would like Blair to know so she can know that. You know, I think if I had known, and I did say to her, like, what if you knew there was a good chance that you would have a child like Amos, have an Amos? She said, I would love it because it would remind me of him. And, you know, you might think, well, she's a child. She doesn't know better. She knows damn better than anybody else what life with Amos is like. So anyway, I think it's important to know, and it would help us get Medicaid because we're not eligible. So anyway, I need to apply again though, but I haven't yet. So I started writing, and nobody cared about education. But now that I have more people, I write about stuff that I just feel like writing about. So if y'all don't like to hear about education in North Carolina, I don't blame you. Just click, turn me off. But I am going to talk about it because it matters to me. And I never set a damn toe in public school, not until I went to Carolina and got my master's. So just be honest with that. I was in private school the whole get-go, the whole way. And my children might end up in private school at some point. But it doesn't mean that I don't love public school. So anyway, I like the whole show. Having a kiddo with special needs is just a gift like any other, but it's not wrong to have a heads up. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard. If I'd had him first, my whole trajectory of children would have been different. Maybe not, because I had Russell when Thomas was 18 months old. Have we applied for waiver? Yes, we've applied for the waiver. So if you're in North Carolina, you can apply for the Innovations waiver. And Jessica, one thing I'd like to do, I've been asked to join this Trillium board, which I think I should. And he's been on the waiver now for, it'll be 3 years this spring. And the waiting list when we got it, they said was 7 years. So 4 more years. And if you get the waiver, it's another kind of Medicaid, but you get 20 hours of help a week. So instead of me paying for babysitters, you would have somebody, though you want it to be the right person. So anyway, it would be nice, I think. So that's that. So now I write what I want. And Lord knows, if I write something political, I might as well go ahead and just throw a fire on my numbers because they just, I'm so glad y'all like Trillium is not my friend. My daughter is one it. Oh. Well, Trillium is who did Amos's camp this summer. So I like Trillium. I will say, it doesn't mean anybody's perfect, but that camp was life-changing for my family, and I appreciate what it did. And I love that they put these playgrounds everywhere. Anyway, Matthew got the waiver this summer. We only get 23 hours a month. So anyway. Now, tomorrow's Friday. I'm going to Richmond in the morning. I'll be at St. Christopher's, shopping at their yard sale. And then I'll be back. Vivian and I will be doing a live video at 6 o'clock. Yeah. Yes, sir, Bobby, we will. On Instagram. It's on Instagram. So actually, I can't even lie and tell y'all you have to support me to watch it. See? Too honest. No, it is on Instagram. But you ain't seeing any me having lunch with Vivian on Sunday unless you're a supporter. You're just going to miss it all out. I'm going to post some pictures. You're going to wonder what she's saying, teaching us how to cook pancakes. I mean, you're going to be pissed. Anyway, so that's Sunday. Saturday, I'll be in Elizabeth City at the Eastern Women's Conference, and I'm supposed to post it on my blog, so I'm saying it here. There's still tickets available. Come and hang out. Yes, the brunch is open to the public. The tickets are sort of expensive, but it's like a 4-course breakfast. I'm sure Blair will eat like a pancake. They're $50, $55, I think. And anyway, it's going to be fun. And then I might try to get my babysitter to bring and do another video of my drive there. That was only because I was in the car alone and I could smoke and sing. I can't do that with these children. So yes, we'll be in Kinston at Chef and the Farmer on Sunday. I hope whoever's around will come. I will be in Elizabeth City on Saturday for the Eastern Women's Conference. I am doing a breakout session and a talk on telling your real story. Tickets available. It's from 10 to 3. And then I'll be shopping for Halloween costumes at the thrift shops over there with my kids. Blair wants me to order some like sex pot. What was it? Oh, Robin Hood costume. I mean, it was like Girl Robin Hood. Sort of Robin Hood / Wonder Woman. Anyway, if you do Facebook survey for conference, they will send you a free ticket. Oh, look, Jen is getting y'all a free ticket to the conference on Saturday. Eastern Women's Conference. Thank you, Lori. And Lori, look at my hair. I use that shampoo. Lori does my hair, and she gives me things. Tell us about the smoking thing. No, I don't smoke around the children. I'm only smoking for a month. So I'm only smoking through October 31st. And then I'm off. So off for 3 years, had a month off, then I'm back. Jeff Barrett just said, Amy Holmes was the greatest teacher that's ever been. I noticed you washed your hair. And I got in the shower. This might be too much information. And I was like, I'm going to shave my legs. I mean, I'm going to go all out. I forgot to shave my left leg. How do you do that? I mean, I got out and was like, what the hell? I mean, well, I'm not going to take another one. I was almost late to the game. Oh, God, Rebecca's coming to support me with the smoking. Go to the Eastern Women's Conference page. Thanks, Jen. Some people do sober October. You do smoking October. Yeah. It won't be around for a few more years. You better enjoy it. It's like the blood moon. Oh, I'm so glad to have this cast off. Oh, anyway. Well, I'm going to go get off and act like I've been doing something before my husband gets home. I haven't been doing a good job of that lately. Normally, I try to point to things that I've accomplished, which is very little. Do you not inhale like my mother-in-law says she doesn't inhale? That's Caroline's mom. And she does inhale. I've seen her. This wine is good, but I don't have any ice. Anyway, Jeff might be in Edenton next Wednesday or Thursday night. Oh, well, I'll be back. Thomas has his last soccer game Thursday night. And soccer season's almost over. Yes. There's Mary Scott. Mary Scott, I shall be picking you up tomorrow morning at 7:50. Do you need to go to the coffee shop before? To leave for Richmond. Okay, we got to go. Vivian is getting ready to start her show on PBS. She also says she doesn't smoke. Bye, Haley. How many supporters do you have now? Well, maybe now I have 300 if 30 of y'all biatches would sign up. No, I had 269 before I started. What time is the sale again? From 12 to 4. Anyway, go watch Vivian help us learn about maple syrup. And she said it's a little bit cheesy. The person says, you're here in New England. But I think it kind of sounds fun. And come find us on Instagram tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. And I'll try to post it on Facebook to my supporters afterwards. Goodbye. Y'all have a good night. Love seeing you.